I come from a place where people don't really make it out of. I saw a chance for me to do something for my family and for myself at a young age. Out of college, I hit big, a deep depression, and when I hit that depression, afterwards or during it, I turned to God and was like, how can I, help me, man? I need to get out of this situation. She actually like helped me to see the value in Africa. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it at first. I was, believing the brainwashing that we were taught. This place isn't nothing for us. People hate us here. There's only lions and huts and forests. There's not much civilization. There's not. She had a dream one night that she saw the mountain of Kilimanjaro in her background, and she heard the Most High whisper in her ear, "Pave the way."
Wow. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Princess, and this channel is called Princess Living Free. I'm documenting my family's move from the U.S. to Ethiopia in East Africa. And I do all kind of content, so just stay tuned and just keep watching because I guarantee you will enjoy it. But today I have a very, very special guest with me. Most of you probably already know him because to me he's a celebrity. He's part of the reason I even started this journey. So I thank the Most High for him, for his family, for what he's doing. And without further ado, this is Mr. Tim Ford Jr. Hello.
Hello, thank you.
All right, so thank you so much for agreeing to do this interview with me. Really, it is an honor to have you here and to have you here on my channel here in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
It's so cool. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you for inviting me onto your platform. I know how important it is for people when they're building and working on their own thing. So the fact that you invited me, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, of course, of course. Yeah. It's my pleasure, actually. So, all right, we're just going to do kind of like an informal discussion here. You can call it an interview if you like, because I will be asking questions. And I hope you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I love interviews.
Yes. Okay, cool. So do I. So, first things first, are you African?
Am I African? Yes. I like to think I am. I like to say yes, I'm African, but there's been backlash and push from each side. There's some Americans that think I'm Indian, and there are some Africans that don't think they were African. So I've been dealing with a lot of those different battles with people in their mindsets. But yes, I feel like I'm African.
So wait, that was just a random comment. Americans think you're Indian? What does that mean?
Yeah, so some people in America, when they see the content that we're producing, they come in under my things like, we're the Native Americans. We're supposed to stay over here and we're supposed to take our land back. So why are you running, brother? So some people call me Indian.
I got you now. Yeah. I thought you were talking about like Indian from India.
Oh no.
Like,
clearly.
No. Why would they think that? Okay, cool. I got you. So give us a little bit about your backstory, your upbringing, where you grew up, like all that kind of stuff.
So I grew up in Memphis, Tennessee. I come from a place where a lot of people don't make it out of due to mindset, and some people, a lot of my friends have been murdered and they're in jail now. And so yeah, I come from a place where people don't really make it out of. I saw a chance for me to do something for my family and for myself at a young age. So I left my hometown of Memphis, Tennessee at like 22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, I left and went to like the neighboring state of Nashville. And when I left my hometown in Memphis, Tennessee and went to Nashville, that was the beginning of my, me stepping into myself and me actually walking in the purpose and in the path that the Most High put me on. So I've taken a leap of faith a long time ago to really walk a journey that most people haven't went on, like the narrow path, so to say. And it's really been paying off in a way that I'm grateful that the Most High has been using me to do.
That's awesome.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
So, what prompted you to leave Memphis and go to Nashville?
So I left Memphis because I realized that I was going in the same circle. We always hear the term, you have to change your environment if you want to do something different. And I dropped out of college, and when I dropped out of college, I went to Mississippi for college.
Okay.
And I dropped out of college and ended up back in Memphis. And when I went back to Memphis, it was just like the same cycle and the same circle. And I felt myself like really not progressing in the way that I wanted to progress.
Okay.
So I knew that I had to try something different and really take a leap of faith and go do something that most people haven't done before. What I wanted to do in life, what I knew God was calling me to do, there was no one in my hometown had done it. There was no one that I could pull from or reference from and really like build with. So I felt like I had to get myself out of that environment in order to step into who I needed to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So, you're talking a lot about your relationship with the Most High or God, as some people say. Did you have that closeness with Him? Were you on that faith walk at the time when you left Memphis, or did you just feel like were you just kind of doing it because you felt like that's what needed to happen in your life?
Yeah, no, I was actually on a faith walk. I was actually when I got out of college, I hit big a deep depression, and when I hit that depression, afterwards or during it, I turned to God and was like, how can I, help me, man? I need to get out of this situation, man. Please help me and show me the way so that I can really learn what I need to do. And in that, God led me to go and be an armor bearer and serve at a church under a pastor.
Okay.
Yes, and when I went and served under that pastor, I was able to learn a lot of the principles of like guiding a church, guiding people, leading a family, having a family, all of that I was able to learn under him. And as I spent, I would say maybe 1 year or a year and a half under him, helping him and really like serving under him, I felt the call to get out of Memphis and go to Nashville because my grandmother, she had moved to Nashville away from Memphis. And I went and visited her over in Nashville. And when I visited her, I felt a different sense of peace when I went to Nashville that was different from Memphis. So when I went there and visit her, I was like, you know what, I can actually come and stay on her couch and really find myself here rather than staying in that same environment. So I felt the call and the urge to pack up my whole car, pack up everything I had. I had like a backpack and like the tubs that you get from Walmart.
Yeah.
Like one of the small tubs. I put all my stuff in there, had me one backpack, put it in the back of my car, and I actually just drove 3 hours away and started off on her couch in Nashville.
Wow. Yeah. And that was the beginning of the story.
The story, yeah. That was the beginning.
That's awesome. Wow. So did you at what point did Africa come into the frame? Like, had you always kind of been maybe like a Pan-Africanist thinking about one day I would like to live in Africa, I want to be in Africa? How did that come into your frame of being?
Yeah. So I would say 1 year, probably a year and a half after. Well, first I met my wife. Like my wife
in Nashville.
In Nashville, okay. Yes. She was working at the same location that I transferred to. Like I was a server at Olive Garden over in Memphis, and when I moved to Nashville, they helped me to like transfer to a location that was close to where my grandmother lived.
Okay. And for those who don't know, Olive Garden is a chain restaurant, Italian restaurant in the U.S.
Yes. So I moved there and I ended up running into my wife. We were working in the same restaurant, and like we worked together, and then I fell in love and we started, courting one another, having conversations and getting to know each other. And when we got to know each other, we of course ended up getting married. And when we got married, she actually like helped me to see the value in Africa. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see it at first. Okay. I was, believing the brainwashing that we were taught. This place isn't nothing for us. People hate us here. There's only lions and huts and forests. There's not much civilization. There's not things like this.
Right. Yeah. You guys should see the hotel.
Right.
You're staying in.
Man, it's amazing.
Yeah.
But I didn't believe in anything about Africa. So she began to show me different pieces of content, different people that were already on the continent working and actually doing things. So when she showed me that, I started to really see the opportunity and the possibility of what can be done over here. She had always had the Pan-African mindset. She wanted to come over here from college. As soon as she left high school, she was wanting to come here. Okay. So she already had that mindset. But yeah, she helped me to develop the mindset of us actually being able to come to Africa.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm just smiling because, and I said this to you a little bit earlier, your wife actually sounds so much like me, like my personality, because my husband, who actually is an African, who is an Ethiopian, like you, though, didn't initially see the vision of us like coming back here,
Yeah.
bringing our kids, living life here. And it was me who was like, no, I think this is what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
And I was showing him content. I
Yeah.
literally like this like the
Same
same
story.
story.
Wow.
And I was showing him content of like, look at these people. They moved here. These people in Senegal, these people in Ghana, these people in Tanzania. And your channel was actually one of the ones I showed him.
Wow.
Because I'm just like, I'm so proud of you guys and all that you're doing, all that you're accomplishing. And I was
Thank you.
like, the Most High is with them and He's with us too. Like we can do this,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so just hearing you say that, it's like I feel like the Father is really moving through women in this time to motivate the men. Because I think for a long time, and don't take this the wrong way, but any of you, please.
Don't say nothing crazy. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
I mean, it's not crazy. It's
Yeah,
truth.
it's the
But
truth. Yeah.
for a long time, I think that men, even especially black men, have kind of fallen out of position, as leader, as head of the house.
Yeah.
And so the amazing part is that our Father, the Most High, is using women to push the man back into his position.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that is so cool. And just to
Yeah.
hear you say that and how it resonates with me and probably others watching, I mean,
Yeah.
You can tell like the hand of Yah is upon His people and He's doing something.
Yeah.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
And where are you guys living now?
We're living in Tanzania right now.
Okay.
Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Yeah. Wow. And just to touch on what you said, you're 100% right. Most High is using women in this time, and the men who are actually receptive to it are actually able to help guide their families and lead their families along. I think we as men, a lot of us have to come to grips and really accept the fact that we dropped the ball. And it's not our fault. It is, but it's not. Like we weren't raised properly, and the system literally strategically set us up not to be in the right position. So if the Most High has a woman that's around you that's able to help you pick yourself up and help you figure out, like, man, no, you gotta shake it off. You gotta really, really get in position right now because it's time for us to really take the throne and really step into our roles right now. So if you have a woman in place that's actually helping you see that, I think men need to take advantage of that because we can't do it without our women. Like we can't do it without the women who went through the mud with us, who understands the system, who really know what we've been through, so that we can see the vision together. Yeah.
I'm very happy you said that. Like I feel like chills because I know that the time that we're in, the hour that we're in, which is also why I really like looked up to you guys and felt inspired by you guys because there's not so many people out there right now. I think it's growing the number of people, but there's not a whole lot right now who understand the hour we're in, who see the vision that the Most High has given us, and who are moving in this direction. So many people are going the opposite way. They're trying to find out, how can I get to America? How can I get to Europe? How can I get to Canada? Especially here on the ground. And I think with people like you, who's here and you're bringing this message and you're actually doing the work, I think that kind of helps to change the narrative.
Yeah, for sure.
And even inspire the locals, to want to partner with you,
Yeah.
So was Tanzania your first stop in Africa, or how'd you end up there? Why did you choose that?
Yeah. So initially, yes, Tanzania was our first option because my wife had a dream. My wife had a dream that we were in Africa helping people pave the way. Like she had a dream one night that she saw the mountain of Kilimanjaro in her background, and she heard the Most High whisper in her ear, "Pave the way."
Wow.
Yeah. So she had that dream, and we initially was just trying to figure out, where we're supposed to go. And we saw Tanzania, we saw the mountain of Kilimanjaro, and we had a chance to watch some of the things that the late president John Magufuli was saying about Tanzania and how he was really standing up for his country and the African people. So it sort of made us look in that direction, and we saw like, okay, that's a good place. But being men and women, we being in our flesh, basically, we listened to a friend of ours, and he was actually in Tanzania already for like 1 year. And when he was in Tanzania, I called him and let him know, like, bro, we're about to come to Africa, man. We're about to figure it out and just come over there and do our thing. He informed us that we should try Rwanda because Rwanda is so-called much cleaner and it's a better place. So we ended up going to Rwanda for like 1 month. And when we went there for 1 month, we It was okay. It was a nice place. I'm not going to talk bad about it and say it was bad. It just wasn't for us. So we was there for 1 month, and one day we just felt the call to get out of Rwanda and go to Tanzania where we were supposed to go. So we woke up one morning.
Back to what y'all originally said.
Back to what he said. Get back on track, right, man. So we got back on track. We booked the flight, and believe it or not, when we got to the airport, the guy who told us to come to Rwanda was actually at the airport, leaving to go to Tanzania.
Wow.
Yeah, and we hadn't spoken to him at all while we were in Rwanda.
So you didn't plan to like meet and go to Tanzania together?
No. Wow. He was at the airport. I'm like, bro, what you doing? He was like, bro, I'm leaving. I'm like, well, I'm glad to see you because I've been trying to reach you this whole time, bro. But let's go to Tanzania. Yeah,
that's crazy. Yeah, are you still connected with him? Or?
No, he's busy. He's a single man and he's
living his own life.
Yeah, he's living his own life, able to go and do things. I had to set up a family and get based, so I haven't spoken with him for a while.
You have a different calling.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of your calling, so you had said your wife saw a dream. She saw Kilimanjaro. She heard the Most High say to her, "Pave the way."
Yeah.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Explain that for us.
That's a good question.
What way for who?
Pave the way. So we all know that the slave trade happened and the 400-year prophecy of us waking up and really realizing that who we are and what we're supposed to be doing as a people right now. So we felt the call to really come back to Africa and basically use our content and use our channel to show people what they can come and do in Africa. Even if you want to do it with us, you can join us and work with us as we pave the way, or you can do the same thing for your family like you're doing. Like you can go to a different country, test your faith, stay strong, and walk through the process of actually healing from what we've been through and detaching yourself away from the system of America or the Western world in the whole and really do the work that needs to be done to break the generational curses. That's what the saying is for this time right now. Yeah. All of us are saying, oh, I want to break the curses, or I want to heal. We can't do it in that environment. Yeah. It's impossible for us to heal in the same environment that causes us so much trauma. Everything is a constant reminder of what we've been through, of what we had to overcome. If you go to different countries, different cities or different states, you see memorials of different Confederate people. You see different street signs, different roads named after what they've done. They're memorializing so many different things. So it's like a Band-Aid being ripped off your wound if you're staying in that environment. So we felt the call and the urge to use our story and our journey to show people that they can do the same thing if they just have faith. Yeah, so we want to pave the way in that way. Doing business, creating community for those who want to come, and just coming over here to partner and lock arms with our brothers and sisters so that we can build the continent together.
Do you feel that Africa has been healing for you personally?
Yeah, personally, 100%. Yes, it has shown me so many different flaws within myself and actually what I need to work on as a man, as a husband, as a father, as a leader. And that's why I'm able to say, like, my wife is helping me and I can give her the credit because a lot of men aren't able to do that because that society makes us feel like we're less than if we listen to our wife, if we sort of don't take heed to what she sees or what she feels or what she has an understanding of. So me coming here helped me to really detach myself from that way of thinking. And I'm not going to lie, I still, have my mishaps where I still have to heal, and I'm not gonna sit on here and pretend like I'm the perfect husband that always listen to my wife. Sometimes I still like want to think on my own and try things on my own, but I still have to honor and respect what she says as I'm on this journey because the Most High sent our wives to help us. Yeah, they're helpmeets, and they feel certain things that we don't feel. They have a certain connection to the Most High that we don't have. So sometimes we have to take heed to what they're saying and what their intuition is telling them so that we can move forward. So yeah, Africa has helped me heal and see that, it's okay to listen to your wife. It's okay to be gentle. It's okay to really, not be so rough and tough and hard all the time. Right. Yeah.
And while you're sitting here kind of, speaking to the men and kind of encouraging them to listen to their wife. And, I think also for the women, just because our husbands are our leaders, appointed by God as it is ordered and ordained in the Bible, like it doesn't mean that we're less than, 100%. And I think sometimes men might see it that way because women are told, or wives, not just women, wives are told to submit to their husband. Yeah. And that means to his leadership, but that doesn't mean that we as women, as wives, don't have a say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like we do have a say, and the way the Most High works is so amazing. It's like He made man the head, and the leader. Headship is from Him, but also I believe He put wisdom in the woman.
100%.
And so while you're leading, if you don't listen to her, you're leading without wisdom.
Yep. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
even in the Bible, the Holy Spirit is referred to as a woman.
Yep.
You know, and so it's just amazing how He paired us like this. Even, you know, not to get like super preachy, but like even in the Bible, it says that man is the glory of God. But you know who's the glory of man?
Why?
The woman.
Yeah. Yep.
You see?
Yep.
So if you're the glory of God and we're the crown on your head, like our glory is even shines brighter. I mean,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
So I think, you know, I have felt also, you know, in my marriage that there were times where I'm like, you know, babe, I think we should do this, and he went a different way, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
You know, we struggled a little bit. We faced challenges.
Yeah.
But I like you. I think he also came to the realization of like, wait a minute.
She's
God
on to
gave
something.
me, she on to something. God gave me this woman for a reason.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
maybe I should like weigh her opinion and thoughts like a little bit heavier. So yeah, I think it's really cool that you said that, and you know the direction that you're moving in. And Africa, I would say, has been healing for me as well. So
yeah. In what way? Can you mind me asking?
Sure.
Yeah.
This is an informal discussion.
Yeah.
So I think for me, there's been a couple of ways. So one, as a Black woman in the U.S., we're kind of like the bottom of the totem pole. Men are at the bottom, Black men, but we're below you guys. And the beauty standards reflect that. You know, those who are lighter skinned, specifically white people, they're higher up on the totem pole.
Yeah.
So like as a Black woman, we're not even seen as beautiful. We're usually not even told that we're beautiful. You know, by the world, by the standards, what we see.
Yeah.
And that's hurtful. It does break you down, and it causes you to see yourself the way you think everybody else is seeing you. And so coming here, I get told all the time, like literally all the time, you know. And it's not like a pride thing. I'm not saying it as like, oh, I'm so, you know, whatever. Yeah. But like, I didn't hear it there. Or if I heard it, it would be like, oh, you're pretty for a dark skinned girl.
Yeah.
It's always like it has a qualifier with it, you know. Whereas here, they will just tell you, oh, you're beautiful. I love your skin. I love this. You know, whatever. Yeah. That has been healing. Not only the beauty standards, but also in terms of just like I'm sure maybe you have felt this too as a Black man. I feel like you have to always fight for things. Yeah. So I was in the workplace while I was in the US, and there, you know, you may have ideas and you may have a certain way that you would want to do it or you think might work better, but you don't get heard. Yeah. You know, people don't really want to listen to you. And so you kind of have to be more assertive. And I think for Black women, when we do that, we get a stigma of being aggressive. Yeah. When we're just really trying to be heard. We're trying to assert ourselves. But then they're like, oh, she's loud, she's pushy, she's this, she's that. And, you know, coming here, I've obviously not been in every single African country, primarily just here, but like, in Ethiopia, even, I feel like I don't have to assert as much, you know, to be heard. Yeah. I don't know if it's because I'm a quote unquote foreigner that I get a certain level of privilege, or if it's just like they are just respectful. Yeah. You know, like I was saying, people refer to each other as mother or father, even brother and sister. And so it's a little bit more level, and I don't feel like I have to assert so much, you know, and that's been healing as well. I mean, so many ways, like also just the slower pace of life. You know, in the US, again, as a mother and a wife, like especially in a 2-parent household or even 1 parent, where like you have to work, it's overwhelming because I was working a career and also being a wife and mother in the house, which means, you know, I was doing the majority of the cooking. My husband would help sometimes and he would help with the cleaning, but like the majority of the house stuff would fall to me. Yeah. And raising them and helping the children, all that stuff. And so it was like trying to wear both hats, the career woman and the wife and the mother, and do all of it. And so that it really will break you down. because I don't think women are supposed to be in a masculine and feminine role.
Yeah.
Men are
True.
not supposed to be in a masculine and feminine role, but in the U.S. they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little bit too feminine.
Yeah, sometimes for sure.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Exactly. Whereas here it's like I feel I'm able to be a woman, my husband can be a man, and that is also a part of the healing journey. So
Yeah,
I mean,
that.
I could probably go on and on, but yes,
Yeah.
it has definitely been healing in so many ways
Good.
for me as well.
Good.
So that's awesome. So you guys are now in Tanzania.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been there?
Wow, 4 years now.
Wow,
4 years.
That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Did you ever feel like giving up or turning back?
No, I never felt like turning back. No, never felt like going back over there.
Mm-hmm.
But I did feel like not doing content and talking about Africa anymore. I never felt like going back.
What made you feel like that?
Dealing with the crazy people, dealing with our people who are broken and don't really understand the mission and the vision that we have. And I allowed a lot of people to get too close to me that I shouldn't have. So by me being pricked and stuck and backstabbed by so many people, it caused me to feel like this wasn't something that I was supposed to be doing. So I was like, nah, I don't want to keep talking about Africa and producing content about Africa. If this is the thanks that I'm gonna get.
Yeah.
So it made me sort of feel reluctant to do the work, and goes back to my wife. She really talked me back onto my path and my mission to say, hey man, look, I feel you, but you tripping. You still got to continue to do what we came here to do.
Our adversary is real.
Man, he's real.
And sometimes he comes through people. He comes through those comments where, people can tear you down in the comments. And like, yes. Man, I'm trying to help you. Man. I'm trying to help y'all. Like, chill, exactly. Man. Why do you hate me? Man, yes. Yes. Right. But we know it's not people, like you said, it's the spirit behind it. 100%. Yep.
And I also went, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No.
I also actually, when I decided in my heart, myself, that I wanted to quit, I ended up actually almost going blind. Yeah. What? Yes. So I called myself saying, like, I don't want to produce content anymore. I don't want to do this about Africa anymore. And when I did that, I was driving a motorcycle in Tanzania and a rock flew into my eye. But I didn't know it. It was like a small speck of a rock. And it got in my eye, and literally I couldn't open my eyes for like, I would say probably a month, I think it was.
You couldn't open your
one eye. Like I had trouble. It was like a few weeks before my daughter was born. Like I had to stay in the house. I couldn't open my eye fully. It was like lodged in there somewhere. So I was literally feeling myself like losing my eyesight. And it was painful to me for me to even open it. But in that moment, the Most High revealed to me, like, I will take your eyesight from you if you don't do what I told you to do. Your eyes are not for you. You're supposed to be producing content and showing them what you see so that they can see what's going on over here. Wow. And in that moment, I was like, wow, you're right. And I realized, like, it's not for me. It's not what I feel. It's what I'm supposed to do, what I'm called to do. So I had to, with the help of my wife telling me the truth, and me going through that experience, I had to realize, like, nah, this is bigger than me. And even when I produce some of the content, when I'm editing, there's times where I'm crying as I'm editing. Wow. I'm like tearing up, like, I can't believe I'm actually doing this. I'm watching this and I'm doing this. Yeah, all praises. It actually is this is a lot more spiritual than people actually.
It's bigger than you.
Man, way bigger than me. Yeah. I'm just a vessel that's being used to really show people what's possible and what's going on the ground over here.
Praise y'all.
Yeah, all praises.
Wow. So, did your eyesight like just miraculously come back when you started doing the content, or like how did you get the healing?
Good question. So my wife is a herbal practitioner, so she knows how to make natural remedies to help things. So we were draining my eye with like some solution that she made. She made some with something, and I was like, "What?" Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was, but she did something to help. And I was draining it and just consistently like putting cotton balls on it with the solution on it, and like pressing it out. Okay. And at some point, it actually came out. The little rock came out.
That is miraculous.
Yeah, it is.
Wow, you didn't even use Western medicine.
Nah, I didn't. She made something where it was able to come out on its own.
Wow,
Yeah,
praises.
yes, all
Yeah,
praise.
so I'm definitely gonna link. I think she does like classes. Does she
Yeah, she has a class.
training
Yep.
about the natural products that she makes and stuff like that? So send me the link. We're gonna include it here because this is information we
I
need to
will.
know,
I got you.
especially if we're gonna be moving here to the continent.
Yeah.
Natural path and healing is
Hmm.
herbs and things like that.
Yep.
These are things that we need to become proficient in.
Yep. And she
So
also offers consultations for those who are interested. If you're dealing with any negative ailment that you feel like you can't overcome, she's actually knows how to help people overcome those and
she's a
come up with the
legit
right one.
healer.
Oh, she
Yeah,
is.
send me that information. I'll put it on the screen here for you guys. If you want to contact her either about the training or the consultations, please do. I've seen some of the stuff that she does, and she's definitely very well knowledgeable about this stuff. So,
Yeah, that's my girl.
yeah, for sure. Definitely look her up. Okay, so it's been 4 years
Hmm.
on the ground in Tanzania. Um, where are you at this point in your journey,
Hmm.
and where are you going?
Good
What's
question.
next?
Good question. So right now with my wife, I've been able to develop a 78-acre eco village. So
Wow.
with paving the way, we've developed a 78-acre eco village with like 35 different families. So all of those families, some of them are here now, and some of them are on their way over. They trusted in us and they purchased land with us, and
Wow.
they're actually going to come over here and begin building on their land when they arrive. And some people have already started building before they even come. Yeah,
Stop.
putting
That's
boreholes and things
wonderful.
in place. Yes, it's amazing.
How'd you get the land?
So we in Tanzania, you have to have a business set up in place. So
Okay.
we have a legitimate business set up in place where we actually put the land in the business name in order for it to be legally owned by the business.
And you purchased
Yeah,
it through
and
the
we purchased it
business.
through the business. Yes. So yeah, we did the business route, and we do the set. We have the 78-acre eco village, and now I'm stepping into the speaking realm, and I've been doing some speaking engagements around Tanzania, and now it's branching off into Africa. I mean, outside of Tanzania into different parts of Africa.
Wow.
Hence why I'm here in Ethiopia right now.
Yay.
Yeah. So I'm actually now I'm being honored as an ambassador for some of the work that I've been doing. And now we're actually going to step into an ambassadorship role to help Africa step up on another level to get investors and really shine light on what's possible over here in Africa.
It's
So
very well deserved.
thank
It,
you.
it really is.
Thank
Like,
you. Thank
if
you.
anybody, I would say, is to be an African ambassador,
Hmm.
is you.
All
It really
praises.
is.
All praises.
You see the vision and you're actually walking the talk that you
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the second part of the question, where are you going
Yeah.
from here?
Where am I going?
I mean, is that the ambassador thing or
Yeah, that was the ambassador thing. But I know the Most High has a lot more in store, and I really don't know. I'm just walking the path. I
That's
know
right.
now it's an ambassadorship, but man, who knows what's going to come from that? More ambassadorships, I'm sure.
Yeah.
More business opportunities, more partnerships. But I know for now, this is what's coming tomorrow. Actually, the
Exactly.
ambassadorship. Yeah.
And
So
I'm also gonna be at that event tomorrow at the AU. So same, like I don't know what's coming next.
mm,
I can definitely tell that the Most High is doing something,
hmm
through His children, with His people. And now that we know each other, now that we're connected, like who knows,
yeah, who knows? Who
what can
knows?
come out of this and how we can partner. We're here in Ethiopia, you're there in Tanzania, but who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, he'll make ways happen out of no way, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't he? I know that's right.
Yeah.
So last kind of thing, and we'll wrap this up.
Mhm.
What word of advice would you give to first the diaspora who is still there in the U.S. or wherever, Canada, UK, just abroad, Western nation?
Yeah. I would say it's time to bring your talents home. Any talent that you have, anything that you feel like you are doing over there in the Western world, you can do that same thing over here. If you want to build your own company with the talents that you have, you can actually do that over here. You don't have to continue to stay in this stressful environment and continue to tuck your black in and have to, suck up to people who don't really care about us at the end of the day. Yes, I'm not going to say all people are bad. There's some people within the societies that have good hearts and they actually want to help. But we all can admit that the system as a whole does not have Africa's people best interest at heart. So it's better for us to come back home where we are loved, appreciated, and actually connect with the people who are here on the ground and use our resources in order to make this place a better place. There's so many people that's receptive on the ground here that wants to get connected with their brothers and sisters from the West so that we can strategically collaborate and build something over here. So if you come here with your skill set, with your hustle, with your drive, with the way that you do your things over in the West, I promise you, it'll take you a whole lot further, a lot faster if you come over here and take that chance.
That's a good
Yeah,
message. I
thank you.
love that.
Thank you.
So now we've spoken to the diaspora. What would you say
Hmm.
to the Africans, the local Africans
Hmm.
who are here on the ground?
Hmm.
What would you tell them? How can they prepare
Hmm.
for, the people who may be coming to their countries, wherever it might be, Ethiopia, Tanzania, wherever?
Yeah, I would say the people, our African brothers and sisters who are on the ground here, I need you guys to understand that our brothers and sisters that's coming from the West, we are broke and broken. Like a lot of us, some of us have money. I'm not gonna lie. Some people are well off, and some people have enough money to be able to build some things. But a lot of people will come over here with just drive and hustle and need strategic partnerships in order to get to the next level. So don't think that if you meet someone from the West, that this is your cash cow in order to get rich quick and take advantage of them. You have to realize that some people are literally here to strategically work with you for a long-term process. It's not just get you some money and going about your day. I know a lot of people live in the poverty mindset to think that, oh, someone from the West will come and save me and just give me a bunch of money and I'll be good. No, we have to develop relationships, develop long-term relationships, and actually build something with someone. Get in the mud with us and actually get your hands dirty, get your feet dirty, run around the town, actually connect, actually do things in order to earn that long term wealth that you're looking for. It's doable with us. We can do it together for sure. But right now, a lot of us are just in a space where we have the ideas, but the funds are lacking. So you have to get in the mud with some people and be willing to actually help build something long term. That way, you'll be able to see success in whichever area you guys do something together in.
Love it.
Yeah.
Perfect. You said
Thank
it
you.
perfectly
Thank
to
you.
both groups.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So that's pretty much all that I have. I don't know if you had any last words that you wanted to say or something you wanted to bring up or ask me, whatever.
Yeah. Last words is just reiterate, man. We have to come over here with our families. We have to put our families in a better position. We don't have to stay in the West. We don't have to think that the West is the best and think that's our only route. Think that, oh, I have to stay there to get the best job, I have to get the best education over there. It's not the case. They just branded themselves in a way that make them think that they're the best or make them feel like they're the best. The best is what you create, what you're supposed to be doing for your life. So don't feel like you have to suck up to the Western world and think that you have to stay over there and not be yourself and actually come back home. So that's my final message. Just come back home and heal, do the necessary work to heal, and do the work over here because you'll get more out of it if you actually come over here. In
That's
my
right.
opinion.
And in mine too.
Yeah.
Thank
Right.
you so much, Tim. Like
You're
it's
welcome.
really been a pleasure to talk to you, to have you on this channel. Hopefully we can do it again. And like
Yes.
we said, who knows after this?
Yeah, who
What
knows?
can come?
I appreciate you for having me, sis.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you.
you so
Yes,
much.
you're welcome.
And I'll see you tomorrow too.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
Thank you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share. I think that Tim just gave us some really amazing words. So even if you have to listen again and just really kind of internalize what he's saying and think about it, pray about it, see how you can maneuver, how you can get yourself over here.
Yeah.
And if you are here, look for those opportunities to partner with your brothers and sisters who are coming. So with that said, I will see you guys in the next video and thanks for watching.